I'm a twisted bastard. That's just who I am. Sure I could blame, sure I could blame my family, could blame my upbringing. I could blame it on the hallucinations I've been seeing since I was 6 years old, of people being slaughtered, eaten alive, and tortured for days. But the truth of the matter is, this is just who I am. I'm a twisted, evil, messed up kid. And I always have been. I always enjoyed when I slipped from the real world to the place where monsters live. Because have you ever wondered how good it would feel to walk outside your door one day, and instead of thinking, what am I going to do to work today? What am I going to do at work today? Think, what can I go kill today? We've all had those moments where we've wanted to hurt someone. Me? I just love to hurt people. Probably due to the fact of my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, my grandmother, even my cat being murdered in our home. Oh, that was a twisted night. Could you imagine waking up to the sound of a muffled gunshot, having a being that's been in your head since you were 6 telling you in a nightmare, if you don't wake up now, you'll end up just like your family. Dead. I remember it perfectly. A man came into my room. Was wondering where I went and started to leave when came up behind him and with one good took the bastard's head clean off. And I could tell at that moment something was changing in me. But it wasn't until after I got to my brother's room and strangled the man, looking through my brother's video games, that it came full circle. That thing everyone tries to hide inside of them. That dark, twisted form of themselves that I personally had hidden since I was a 6-year-old child came free. All the lies I told my parents about me being fine, about how everything was fine at school, about trying to be normal, about trying to hide my inner hatred and just overall madness just came crumbling down. All the intricate web of lies that I made burned in front of me as I stood there over my brother's dead body. And I came out. I, who had been locked in chains for so many years, finally came out. The real me. Not the me that was created to keep my family happy. Because above all else, I love my family. And if that meant this me that you're talking to, had to stay in the back of the brain for all time, so be it, but with no family left, there was no reason for me to stay there. And so, went and I had a little fun. There were 4 left. 4 of those bastards. Two of them got off lucky. One got shot by one of the other bastards, suppressed 9 mils. Right to the back of the head. The others didn't think much of it, thought it was one of their friends just popping off a few shots into a dead body. The guy was sitting in our living room watching shit on our television. The next was a little more painful. Took a metal wire and wrapped it around his throat. And as he sat there gagging and gagging, I stabbed him again and again and again, and then 13 more times in the lower back with a double-edged handsaw. That's right, 80 individual blades going in and out and in, out, in, and out. And finally he just stopped moving. Next one got it good. Went into my mother's room, and there he was, positioned in my mother's still warm body in poses for pictures. I heard him say, "I'm gonna post these on Facebook." Out of all my family members, I love my mother. Every young boy should love their mother if their mother raised them right. And that man, I took an axe to his arms and his legs, and I hacked his chest open, and I forced him to watch as I ripped his heart out. But the last man, I let him suffer for a while. He shot me twice, one in the hip, one in the shoulder, and I cracked him about the back of the head with the blunt part of the axe. And just as I was sitting there about to slice him up, I heard a car, and it was running still, and I knew there was someone else out there, someone else who needed to die. And so I took the spear my mother got me for Christmas, and I slowly crept outside. And when I yanked that door open, something happened that I did not expect. I heard a woman scream. Startled me only for a moment, but I hit her with the back of the spear, the butt of it. For some reason I'd gone soft. I couldn't just stab her right there and leave her to bleed to death in that seat. So I dragged her unconscious body in, and I forced her to tell me why. Why had she done this? Why had she dreamed this moment? Apparently the man that I had left unconscious, she had the hots for, and thought that this would get him to like her. And the cold, dark, bottomless rage came over